Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Nestonana Humanist. Today is Wednesday, August 12th, 2020. It is about 10:49 in the East Coast of the USA with the one and only Dr. P, Dr. Pamela Mansume. We are going to be discussing about compassion and empathy. Today is another day to talk about critical human values. It's all about human values. Two values are selected for the purpose of this discussion: compassion and empathy. Dr. P, how are you today?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you doing, Nestor?
I'm doing terrific.
That's
Thank you
nice.
for accepting my invitation again.
Oh, of course, as always.
You know, I always like you to come and enlighten our fellow countrymen and women from America and from all over the world. We are a human race, and we all need to know what are our internal GPS, the tools that we use to reach our aspirations, to reach our goals. And I happen to think that compassion and empathy are two critical concepts that everyone should really understand and use for the good of everyone. What do you think?
Oh, very important. Of course, you're very right. We cannot say the least. Those are the two things that hold humanity together, that make us to be good neighbors, to be individuals with lots of dignity and values, respect for one another, give everybody an equal or ample space to be able to develop to the fullest of their potentials. So empathy and compassion, I can't express it the least. It's very important as people who live in together.
Very good.
And you remember the last time we were talking about is that how did we lose it in Cameroon, seeing all what is going on today.
Yes.
And we are trying to understand how we got to that place where people just don't care anymore, like you had expressed the last time. So I think we are just still going to expatiate on that and have a discussion on that and just come up with something slowly, and hopefully somebody is listening and taking into consideration.
Yes. So today we are going to be kind enough to open the floor to our audience, the members, the participants that are going to be willing to ask questions. You're welcome to write your question, and I'll post it on the board for
like
Dr.
and share, like and share, please.
So, Dr. P, give us a little bit of background on what you think we should really account for those or these two critical values. Why should we even care about it?
Well, there is a phrase that has been coming up that I've had on my mind. And that phrase is that don't lose yourself because you have lost them. The them here is especially the people you are looking up to, who have not been able to hold the values that, or giving you the importance of developing empathy and compassion for your fellow human being. And I try to think, why don't lose yourself because you've lost them. Them could be friends who have been compromised in the system and have lost the values of humanism, or are in the system benefiting, like we all grew up seeing people who are benefiting from the system. And so if anybody is required to do anything, the person expects to make some money. That has been embedded in us for so long. And so we have lost community service, being coming together for the purpose of humanity. We have not had a government that has instilled that in us. And so every little thing people do, they expect to be compensated. And if you call for, if you are not giving people money, they are not going to turn, the turnout will be very, very low. If they hear that they are going to be compensated for even appearing in a meeting, then people are motivated. Why? Because that's a society that we've grown into. We have become part and parcel of that system. And so those are the little things people do, coming together, doing works for humanity without expecting any compensation. And so those values grow in us. And as we grow older, we are passing it on to our younger ones so that they can grow in the same light. So don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself because you've lost them. They have been compromised in the things they do. They are in corruption. They are in gaining a lot of popularity because they are gaining maybe financial support, maybe political development or political ambitions are being laid down for them. They have connections in higher levels, and because you think that they are there, they are not representing you. You've lost. Don't lose yourself, even though they are there. Be who you are. Keep your values. Push yourself towards positive things. Think high about yourself. Hold yourself in high esteem, and maintain your dignity in empathy and compassion for one another, for your fellow brother.
Is it something that one can learn, or it is natural? It is something that people are supposed to know. Is there even anything that somebody's supposed to know? Because sometimes I'm under the impression, the perception that we can learn compassion, we can learn empathy, even if we don't have it in our DNA. What do you think?
Yeah, the last time we talked about, I said empathy and compassion is being learned. You can learn it, yeah, because neuroscientists have expressed that our brains are capable of accepting those tendencies wherever we are in our society. And we should remember that whatever thing we are doing, it is a generational thing. It means that whatever thing we are doing, our children will learn from us. So it is something that we can learn. And so we can pass it on to other generation or to another person. So we emulate, we have people we're looking up to who have held themselves into showing love for one another in the societies in which you might not have it in the society in which you are growing in. You might have it in you, but because the society doesn't permit you to develop those things or to work on it and express it, you shouldn't lose it. You should keep it. You should value yourself. You should give a priceless value to the things that make you unique.
But when you look at the society, you just mentioned it, you realize that the society will not allow you to improve. The society will not allow you to be yourself. The society will try to push you to create a distance between the true you, the you that you're supposed to be, meaning a successful person, a person with potential, a person with dreams. The society will try to create a distance between you and those aspirations, between you and those realities. So the big question is, how do you go about imposing yourself to you, to be you, and sometimes accept to walk alone just because you want to maintain your authenticity? How do you go about that?
Well, the thing is, our society, like Cameroon, has been very toxic to us, whether we'd like to accept it or not. It has been very toxic in the sense that I really regret that a lot of the people that I've looked up to have really disappointed me. And so I decided to value myself. I decided not to compromise in certain things that was going on or is going on from where we are coming from. The first thing I decided to do was not to be a part of what I want to change. Remember, we are sitting here today, Nestor. We are sitting here no more for ourselves, especially you. I really applaud you for the good work you're doing. We are sitting here no more for ourselves, but we are sitting here to inspire those that are feeling like we cannot do it anymore. We are not encouraged by inspiring them that yes, you can. Just keep holding yourself to the highest of your own esteem. Don't allow yourself to be compromised in the society in which you're growing in. So I made certain decisions in order to arrive to where I am today. Do you know, Nana, Nestor? Do you know that? I know. Oh, come on.
Yes, go ahead. No, don't worry.
I need to take Mr. Nana. How do I call him Mr. Nana?
Yeah. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Yes.
Slowly, yes. I deny to be compromised in doing certain things. It begins from little steps, individual efforts. I deny to be a part of bribery and corruption in Cameroon. It was a very difficult thing. I fought it every day. And I will tell you what happened to me. When I left Europe, before leaving Europe, Nestor, I was a political asylee in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I walked to my lawyer's office and told him I'm going back home with a baby. And he said, no, don't do it. I have so much value for myself. And I looked at the environment and said, no, I'm not going to stay here. And I don't have a voice where it's supposed to be heard. I decided to go back home. All my friends thought I was crazy. Everybody thought I was crazy. It was a dream come true for people to find themselves in Europe. That is how much I devalue certain things that can control my mind. Talk about my life in Cameroon. I refuse to give bribe. So the little things I brought from Germany went through the customs. Of course, your documents will go to this office and somebody puts it in his drawer and is looking at you. Et puis quoi? And I said, what? Don't pretend as if you don't know. Let me say it in English. Don't pretend as if you don't know what to do. And I said, what should I do? You have to give something. I said, sir, I'm sorry. I have paid all the documents. I have all the documents. I've done all my part of my duty. I have all my documents here. And if it's correct, why should I do what you want me to do to give you something? Hey, madame, il faut donner quelque chose, hein? Comment on mange ici? Tu penses qu'on mange comment ici? I said, no. If you want me to appreciate you taking time to do your job and I feel like you did well, I'll give you tips. It's a part of appreciation. But I'm not going to give you money for you to serve me, whereas that's your duty. That's why you are here. I stayed there for a whole day. That was a very, it haunts me every day.
They have no compassion.
Apart from that was just me building up who I wanted to be.
Yes.
Living in a society where people are living in a system that is so toxic, that is so destructive. Yes. And I said I was not going to be part of it because I was one of those people who would one day advocate for change like we are doing here, always asking for a change.
Yes.
So I did not do it. I have been going through the Yaoundé, Douala, and road. Sometimes you come out of the vehicle, they say control, and you see people putting people's documents, police people putting people's documents, officers putting people's documents in their purse, in their pockets, asking them to meet them behind the bus. I felt sick. I was always at rage. And so why do you people give them money? It starts from an individual effort. If you don't compromise, if you and you and you and you and me, there will be a change. People will understand that this is wrong. But of course, we are all victims. But I denied to be one of them. So we start understanding how to build our values, to maintain. If you turn a blind eye, you are an accomplice. Silence means complicity. You are also compromising with those that are brutalizing, torturing, maiming. What do you want to know? That it shouldn't require maiming or torture in order for us to recognize lynching, for us to call it a crime. We have seen crimes all over the place until we cannot even express it. The government has lost its value. It is no more for the nation. It is for individuals. How do you expect people to grow, to learn how to be accountable in their actions, if the system is not giving them the room and encouragement to do so? So it's just an individual thing. Hold yourself in value. Don't answer the name people call you. Work on yourself. Keep pushing despite the circumstances, despite the odds. Keep pushing towards a positive direction in which you think your life is better as a human being on this planet Earth. We are going to share this space. Is it how we are going to share it like we are doing now in Cameroon?
So, Dr. P, so I think all this analysis to demonstrate that people running the country back there have no compassion, have no empathy. And you are making it sound like it is the responsibility of the government to promote and uphold that. Is that what I understand?
Of course, it's the responsibility of the government. Nestor, let me tell you one thing that I will always remember. Not even our teachers are held responsible for the students not doing well. They are not even asked why. Do you know, I have come to understand that a student not doing well in class is a teacher's responsibility. No teacher has ever been asked, held accountable, questioned by directors or principals in schools. But then they label children like, you dull, you fool, you are only good for some talents, maybe go do some career course, maybe mechanics, or go do seamstress or tailoring. It's so sickening that teachers are not held responsible for their students not doing well. How come your student cannot even get the knowledge? If you are a good teacher, you would change your method over and over. Take it very personal that a student in my class, no. Some of us were labeled and some of us dropped out, whereas they were so smart, intelligent, but the approach to the system of which they could adjust or adapt to educate themselves or to understand was never given to them. And those teachers come from higher training, école normale. Some of them come from a NIET trained.
But they don't have any compassion, they don't have any empathy.
Because they have no time. The country it doesn't hold anybody accountable for not doing the right thing. They don't have any time. If you wanted, some parents even make some teachers come teach their children, give them extra classes for pay. For pay. They would do it. Hey, yeah, I would do it. If they can organize that, they are ready to do it. So they are never effective in the school system because it's a public school. Some private school, maybe.
But Dr. P, the way forward, knowing that it is like part of our DNA, knowing that most people are doing very little to embed that, to embed those key values in their daily living activities. How do we go about bringing it like to the light and making sure that everyone understands that we need it? We need it to be better people. We need it for a better society. What would you recommend?
What I'll recommend is that let's stop worrying about the people that have failed us and let us start understanding that we need to put people who would dynamic leaders who would change the face of what is going on today. First, people who cannot be corrupt, who hold themselves accountable in whatever thing they are doing, who have a conscience in leading the people for the interests of the nation, not for their interests, who will not flank themselves with those who are loyal to them to join them in the corruption that we see today. Racism has to be rooted out, injustice rooted out, lawlessness, and whatever we have that has made our society so toxic.
But Dr. P, that when you mention all those words, corruption, lawlessness, all this stuff, they are more like governmental. I mean, when you started, I was looking at like individual accountability, and then you went to government accountability. So how do we go about juggling both?
Well,
before you even say anything, I mean, there's no question in my mind that the government has to do something. It is the responsibility of the government to really educate the people, to educate citizens, to bring humanism within the country, to make sure that we see each other as human, that we develop a tolerance margin, that we understand that we're supposed to be different, that we understand that everyone has an expiration date, so you don't need to kill no one. Like there is a girl that was killed somewhere. They cut her throat, accusing her of being, I don't know, servicing the government.
A black leg.
Exactly. I said, what the heck is that? How these are civilians killing civilians? Where is empathy? Did they talk about her children? Did they talk about her family? They don't see themselves as human anymore. Therefore, they will kill everyone. People, stop killing people. Stop killing your fellow human, because every human has an expiration date. If you don't kill someone, that person will die anyway. No one will stay forever. No one will live forever. Everyone will expire.
Well,
Dr. P, you have the floor.
Yes. Nestor, we were growing up not even knowing. When we heard of somebody being killed, it was like, wow, where?
Yes.
How?
Yes.
What happened? Cameroon was the country of peace, right?
Yes.
But today, this is just a consequences of the kind of society in which we have been able to live. And now we are grown to start acting what we know to do, what we see other people doing, and they've never been held accountable. Do you know that when I saw the lady that was, oh Jesus, it is not what you should be able to talk about. It is so sad. Let us first of all believe in ourselves and hold ourselves in very high esteem. give value to ourselves, priceless values, in order for us to get out of this mess. We no more value lives. After all, you see what is happening. I would say it we go round and round and round, and we still come back to the same thing. Do you know Ambazonian life don't matter? Southern Cameroonians' life don't matter. So
No,
what
no,
is it that somebody's life would matter if you'll be killed by another person?
Dr.
Because they
P.
see people being killed, and
No,
so we
Dr. P.
kill now. We also kill ourselves. The
That's
government
the point.
kills, so we
That is the
kill
point.
too. So
Let the
nobody's held accountable. What
no,
lawlessness? I mean, it is
no, no.
it is
Dr.
saddening.
P.
It is so sad.
Dr. P. People took machete. Men, not women. They were men with a
Yep.
machete
Mm-hmm.
dragging a lady on the ground,
Yes.
cut her throat.
Yes.
I
Mhm.
will later find out that she had children, 4 of them. Today they have no mother. Do you think that God will bless these people? Do you think they can win anything? No,
Well, we cannot even talk about we cannot talk about the judgment.
I'm not being
Talking
judgmental.
about
I'm just trying to listen. My point here is I'm calling on every criminal from the government side and from the civilian side. I'm calling all those vampires that are all over the earth that only see human in themselves. What I'm telling them is you don't need to kill no one because every human has an expiration date. We will die anyway, so why are you trying to kill people? This lack of compassion and empathy is becoming sickening. What do you think, Dr. P? I'm not trying to focus it on one part of the country. I'm talking to humankind. They are all over the earth. A bunch of vampires. They are in Cameroon. They're in America. All they know is to kill other people.
but they are gonna be held accountable. That's why we are sitting here. And I applaud you taking your time. And people think, what is it doing there? We are going to keep talking,
Absolutely.
keep
Absolutely.
sensitizing people of their rights, their civil
Absolutely.
right, of their just the simplified civil right of equality and dignity. And until we get there, for people to know their voices count.
Yes.
Cameroonians have lost it.
They lost
And
it.
here we are talking about a neighboring country, Cote d'Ivoire, for the Ouattara trying to do the third term, and Cameroonians want to blow it and make it. We cannot even talk about our own issues in Cameroon. I watched a
True.
video of an Ivorian girl talking to Cameroonians, talking to us like a mother talking to children. I don't have anything to say but to say that, but it is coming from me that we are no more sitting here for ourselves. We are
Yes.
here to sensitize people and tell them your voice matters. Speak
Absolutely.
out. Stop being
Absolutely.
a coward. Stop
Absolutely.
compromising. Stop being an accomplice. Because if you are silent, you are siding with those that are doing the who are wrong, who are doing wrong to people. Let us stop all this. I believe that if the government would just, if we can uproot this regime of people who have failed and are there maintaining their positions, trampling on others to stay where they are until that fight to take them out. Freedom is not given to you; it's seized. Even the
Exactly.
Bible said it. Even the
Exactly.
Bible said it. You have to be violent to get what it's get your right from people who have been able to take it away from you for so long. And I will tell you that we are bent to change a system. The country we are trying to build, Nestor, it is because we have gone through all what we have gone through. And we thank La République for tormenting us to this stage that we have been able to build ourselves to this level. We went to school. We have all the people who have all the knowledge in what we want. Why? Because the system told we are done. We are done with this kind of life. This is no life.
No, Dr.
This
P.
is no life.
Dr. P.
If La République citizens want to live in it and compromise with that, and I think they are comfortable. We said
No.
more. We are not comfortable. We are done. We are done.
No.
Apart from the fact that we are done, we were in that system. We were so marginalized, we were profiled at any level, treated as second-class citizens for so long in front of the eyes of everybody, and nobody spoke for us. Nobody said no.
Dr. P, please.
Why are you pleasing me?
No, I want to agree with you,
but I'm a little bit emotional sometimes because lives don't matter anymore.
No, I understand, but I just want to make this point that you also need to remember the accountability of the elite of that part of the country. It was not about La République. It was about Cameroon. That's my point. To a minimum, Cameroonians have no empathy. They have no compassion.
Yeah, but it was worse.
They have been killing Cameroonians for years.
Yeah, but let me tell you, Cameroonians are of two categories: the English Cameroonian and the French Cameroonian. The English Cameroonians think it was worse on us. It was worse on us. It was worse on us to the level that we changed our names, our identity. We started wanting to be so that we can even get a little bit, to breathe a little bit. Change your age, change your name. The intelligent ones were never recognized because you don't have somebody to
Dr. P, seriously.
Seriously. So it is a double punishment. We had it double. You people, the French Cameroonians, just had the normal thing going on right now, but we had it more. Double. The first thing La République had to break down all the institutions that put us together as one. You know what unity is? Oneness is where love is. You cannot show love when you don't know what love is. When you are together, community, we had communities. I grew up knowing about communities. That's the only way you can foster love among us, is when we stay in communities and we do work together. We work things together. We agree to disagree. But the first thing is divide people. And once you divide people, they become individuals. They are greedy. They become greedy because they don't know how to share. We've lost it.
And then they start killing people with machete?
Of course. Because when you divide people, you show greediness. You divide and roll them. This is what it ends up to be. I think they ask themselves, what do we do? What do we do? Cameroon is falling. It has fallen already. You see what is happening. But let me tell you, this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. But we are going to watch. Because when we are talking about it, people call us all kinds of names. Cameroon Ambazonians, Anglophones, les Anglophones, les terroristes. This is what we are talking about. This is what we are talking about. Lives don't matter anymore. Lives don't matter. I saw a 4-month-old child gone, six bullets on her head. 4-month-old child. Who kills a 4-month-old child? Who does that in uniform? What convention? What? I mean, what are you doing? and nobody has spoken about it. So what is it? How are we surprised to find people killing themselves? How are we surprised? Yeah.
Dr. P, if somebody is a criminal, it doesn't make it okay for us to show lack of empathy and compassion. It doesn't make it okay. It is not my duty to kill anyone. I'm calling on all the criminals on earth. I said, do not kill nobody, because every human has an expiration date. People will die anyway.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Nana. Ernesto, Mr. Nana. Let me tell you something, which is going on right now. The last time you asked me about the role of Atanganji in this crisis, right?
Yes, I did.
And I told you
the most dangerous minister.
But they don't know, but they should know today. And if anybody is listening to this, and I know they know about it, they are not going to go free. The Prime Minister, Dr. John Gute, if I had a possibility to write a letter to him, I would have expressed how much he disappointed me as a young Southwest woman who saw a brother with all what he had as success. I felt so disappointed when he accepted the post of a prime minister in the heart of a crisis. Go to where he is coming from and see the destruction, the government where he is sitting on that chair and claiming that he's a prime minister, and seeing all this destruction, killing, burning of villages, and he is sitting in Yaoundé because they are giving him money. I would recall, I would tell all them, they are going to be accountable. This generation is going to hold them accountable. That all the money they are giving them, when it is time for them to rest, they will all be talking to us, explaining to us what they did when it was time for them to stand for the people they are supposed to represent. So they are silent doesn't mean they are innocent. They are silent means do it. Kill them, burn those villages, do everything. After all, I am here sitting in Yaoundé and I have it all. That was the only time Dr. John Gute would have made a name. What is money, Atanganji and John Gute and the rest? What is money when you don't have a legacy? I thought they knew better than this to say, I am going to leave a legacy. When Dr. John Gute accepted to be a prime minister, I just said that was the end of him. I thought he would be that person that would be like, no, I am not going to accept this post, this position, because my people are being killed, villages burned. How do I sit here and see all these atrocities and I am in peace? The sleepless nights haven't started. They are going to be accountable. They will. Whatever thing they are doing today for the loss of empathy and compassion for their own people, they sit and they see the orders given to go kill them. And they are rejoicing because they are driving in big cars. They are living in aircon offices and big houses. What about your legacy? What about your name? What have you done? With all the money people have, you are going to end up. Let the Vietnam War, the Khmer Rouge leader who died, and the president of Khmer Rouge, there were 7 life sentences. In November, the United Nations had to give a recognition of the genocide that these people caused their people, the genocide that was going on, and they were punished. So they are not going to go free. It took how many years? The Vietnam War was around the 60s, early 70s, late 60s, maybe 70s. But November last year, it happened. So when they will be thinking that they have amassed all the wealth and the people that they're crying today and everything, and they put a blind eye and they are going on with their money and the government and pretending they are living well, it's just pretense. It's just pretense. They are going to be held accountable. So don't worry. People who don't show empathy today and compassion are going to be answerable. Yep, they're going to be answerable. They'll be responsible and they'll be punished. That is what we are going to do. I might not be there. I might not be alive to see that, but trust me.
Dr. P.
They'll be brought to an account.
That was government accountability. Okay? Let us bring it to individual
accountability. Now we're talking about the UN assisted tribunal who they are going through all this for countries that are causing atrocities and looking at people who are at the realm of the hem of it. We are not talking about individuals, right?
They are watching it as movie, Dr. P.
Individuals. Of course, right now it is movie to them. They think they are gaining. They are not winning. They are not winning. They are not winning. They are not. They are not winning. They will be brought to give an account of what is going on today, because this revolution will not end because it has gone so far.
Because of lack of empathy and compassion.
Because of lack of empathy and compassion.
Okay, so let us bring it down.
That have showed empathy and compassion, you know what has come about them. You know the punishment they are having. They are in jail. Some have been killed because they showed compassion and empathy for humanity. They said no. When you said no, why do you have to torture your own sister or brother or your father or your children like this? Why should you go burn villages? That is the livelihood of people. When you burn village and you come and say reconstruction, what are you reconstructing? Which people are going to live in that house? What house are you going to give me? What house are you going to give that person in the village? How many of those houses are you going to build? They do not want those houses. They just wanted their life. How they worked for it. They worked for it. And the strategy to punish them was go burn their houses. And today you come and say reconstruction. What is reconstruction? Is that the empathy and compassion you have for them to do reconstruction?
They don't have any, Dr. P. They don't have any. They don't have any. So let us bring it down. Let us bring it down to the people. Individual accountability. That was government accountability showing lack of compassion and empathy. You just show it. You even brought in the international institutions, international organizations. As they are watching it as a movie, they are also showing lack of empathy and compassion. So now let us take it to the people as individuals. You, me, and the people watching. Do you think us as human, going back to Cameroon that you are talking about, because you are showing a lot of interest for that country, the 475,442 square kilometers, that's the area of the country. Do you think the people there individually have a sense of compassion and empathy? Do you think they have that? Seriously.
If you ask me, yes, they have it.
No, they don't.
A lot of people. This is just, let's not generalize. I don't want us to generalize.
Sure.
Let us try not to generalize anymore.
Now, what people being killed, Dr. P? No, wait, give me 1 minute. Let me give you some facts, okay? I don't want to make blank statements. Fact, they are killing Cameroonians. And these people are watching it as movies. That's one. Two, thousands of Cameroonians are displayed around the country and within surrounding countries.
IDPs,
they are watching it as movies.
Dying, suffering.
I'm talking
and you are driving a big car with bodyguards. Around you. And you don't see your people suffering. You don't see them.
Dr. P.
Can they tell us they don't see it?
Dr. P, wait.
They don't know what their armies are doing over there.
Let us hold the government accountability first. I think you did a lot of work there. I'm taking it to the people. I'm taking it to the individuals, to you, me, and other Cameroonians.
Yes, but now we have established that our leaders have failed us. They haven't shown us compassion and empathy. They haven't. So now let's talk about how we had to lose it too, right? How are we living without empathy and compassion? Because yes, how are we living? We are living like that because of the system that we have been able to be poisoned. It's a poison. We've been poisoned. And so you cannot change the mindset of people. Gradually, people have changed with time, gradually, until we are here today. People change. So I don't think that we should be surprised that people don't have it, because even the few that have it cannot even express it anymore because of the hurt, because of the disappointment. It hurts. Next time, maybe we have a...
Yeah, you can react to this comment of Ida Leo Tonta. You see what she wrote?
She
said we have the leaders that we deserve. If our leaders are bad, that means we have failed too as individuals. What do you think?
Well, I don't think an individual matters. We are talking about a national level. A leader, it is not for him. I will speak for myself. Then my government protects me. My government makes sure that I grow in the discipline and to be as a good citizen. So we are not going to talk about how we have failed as individuals. This is not a family business. It's not a family business that I've failed my father because maybe I didn't go to school. No.
But Dr. P, if somebody takes a machete and cut somebody else's throat, whose responsibility is it? Is the government? Isn't that lack of empathy and
It is, but we are growing in a society that is toxic. We are growing in a society where there's lawlessness, where people are not held accountable. Because people are not held accountable, so people feel like they can do it. The last time I said, Nestor, I said, even in America, people will say, I can do certain things because of the law. Right? Do you hear that kind of a language in Cameroon? The moment you are locked up, somebody, you know who to go meet. You know who to go give some money. That is how our society is. People are proud of doing things now. They don't even hide it anymore because they are not going to be held accountable.
Dr. P, please help me understand what you're saying. I just want to clarify this for myself. So are you saying that because the government is not accountable, because the government is showing lack of compassion and empathy, the citizens will now become animals?
The citizens have gone astray. The citizens have lost a sense of...
So they don't have no brain, they don't have no mind of themselves, they cannot think.
They have a brain, but remember, the government is responsible to see that its citizens have to be held responsible for whatever actions they are, of whatever thing they do. It is our civil responsibility to be disciplined, to respect the law. But it's a government also to make sure the citizens do that. And how do you do that?
But Dr. P, we still have...
Why should I be scared of? Why should I be scared of doing something bad when I know I can do it and I'll be free? What stops me from doing it when another person is doing it and it was free? I'm just asking you. I asked you one question the last time. I said, tell me, since this crisis, the revolution has gone on for, this is a 4th year. Have you had any court sessions to tribunal bringing in some people who did something wrong?
But is that making it right for individuals to cut some people's throat?
But it's an example. I'm just asking you.
I know. I understand what you're saying.
Of course. So people feel like they do it. It's okay.
Very
It's
good.
okay. Too bad. Too bad that we got here.
Dr. P. Ada Leo Tontas asks, did she see how many Americans went on the street about following the killing to George Floyd?
Yeah.
You are Cameroonian, just going on with their business, while thousands of people are killed and 100,000 displaced.
That's what I'm talking about. We saw how the whole world saw how people stood on Black Lives Matter. And I think our children are learning. This generation is changing the dynamics of things. Whether Cameroon likes it or not, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. They are going to jail people and kill people because they are standing up for their rights. How many people are they going to kill and jail because they are standing for their rights?
Dr. P, this is my point on this.
How many times do you hear people saying that I don't want to go there because I don't want people to take my picture? Don't put my name. That's how much we are scared. We are so afraid. We are so afraid.
So it is because we are afraid that we have no sympathy?
I think so. No empathy? I think so. Not that's not the reason. We have it, but we are killing it. We are killing it because when you show empathy, you express empathy and compassion, you become a victim. You become a victim. But that is why I keep saying, as an individual, hold yourself. Hold yourself pricelessly. Keep your values. Don't lose yourself because you've lost them. That was my opening statement today.
Yes.
Don't lose yourself because you've lost them. I shouldn't live my life with no empathy or compassion for my fellow sister or brother because I see Atanganji, the way he is behaving, allowing people to be killed. Or I see the people I think they should protect me and they are sitting in big offices and they are exchanging money on people's lives, on people's pain. I don't even want to imagine living in the bush for one day. I don't even want to imagine living without clean water for me to drink. I don't even want to imagine if I don't have a home that I call my own because somebody has burnt it.
You're coming back to government accountability.
I'm talking about how you can start losing yourself. And that's how we have lost ourselves, because we have lost them. We have people that have disappointed us. And now we start behaving like we don't care too.
True.
Whether we like it or not, it's painful, but that's a reality. And like our sister said, we all saw how Americans stood for Black Lives Matter. George Floyd was just an appointed one. But this was just a pile and pile of grievances. And George Floyd was just, they just used George Floyd to explode, to make America know that enough is enough. Right? I wish we get there. I think Cameroonians will get there. We Ambazonians got there already. La Republique, hopefully, will get there too.
No, you have to be careful with that. No.
I don't have to be careful. I don't have to be careful. It's reality. It's what is going on.
No.
It's what is going on. What is it that I should be careful?
No.
If you're on the ground, you don't fear to fall anymore. We are already on the ground. We don't fear any more falls. We started with machetes, with sticks, with barefoot. Our soldiers, young children, boys and girls,
civilians are not Civilians are not their
today
enemies.
it's a different story. So we are
Civilians
already on
are
the
not
ground. We fear no
no,
more fall. We
no,
fear no
civilians are
more
not,
fall.
civilians are not anyone's enemy, not the government enemy, not anybody else's enemy. We need to know who is the enemy. That's what we need to do.
We know the enemies, but what can you and I do? Don't you know the enemies? Nestor,
the enemies are the
don't you
French,
know the enemies?
the French government.
What do you want? What have you done about it?
We did a lot of marches. We did a lot of protests. We wrote a lot of letters.
So we are gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep doing it.
Our best here in America, but I'm coming back to individual accountability when it comes to compassion and empathy. I don't think it makes any sense for any human to kill another human. Every child heard their mother at birth. So it takes true foolishness to grab a machete and go cut somebody else's throat. Every child heard their mother at birth. Where is humanism? I understand that the government is acting foolishly.
Humanism is gone.
The international community is watching it as a movie, but it doesn't give any right to a civilian to go and kill other civilians.
Not at all.
Or to the military to go and kill civilians. It doesn't make any sense.
Not at all.
So,
but
I think
that's what is going on. That's what is going on.
We are calling on consciousness. That's what we are here doing. We are making it clear to both parts in this war that you have no right to take somebody else's life away. You have no right, because every human being will die one of these days. There's no need to anticipate. You should not kill yourself, and you should not kill no one. I am against the death penalty. I think you should stay in jail until your expiration date. That's what I think. So it doesn't make any sense to be killing people, burning houses, burning school down, burning villages, cutting people's hand, cutting people's throat, like I saw on the video. That is lack of compassion. That is lack of empathy, because you didn't put in any thought on these children.
I think people should start. I think people should start understanding that we are losing ourselves. We are losing the core value of what it is to be human beings, and we should not allow that to happen, because our society is what it is. Please let us all hold ourselves. Put some value. Remind yourself of who you are. I have gone through a lot of challenges in life. I have been able to overcome those challenges. Some took some time, but I keep reminding myself who I am. Who are you, Pamela? What do you really want in life? What do you want in life? I want to be a good citizen. I want to be a good neighbor. I want to be a good friend. We are building allies. We are building friendship for future purposes. I want to be your keeper. I want you to be my keeper. Friendship, love one another. We should just express love even when it's difficult. When you don't give value to your life, hopelessness, which I don't blame a lot of people, because I think our society has put us there. But please, there is hope. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose love for your brother. Because all of us people will be accountable of our actions. So let's rekindle our consciousness as human beings. That's all I'm asking. Even after we say all these things, I'm not happy about what I'm saying. about the realities. That's how I feel. That's how I feel how we got here. That I'm just saying that let us rekindle our consciousness, our human consciousness, and build a society in which we want to live in harmony. That your brother's issue is your issue, and your sister's issue is your issue. Your sister's cry is your cry. We all cry. That's what I was taught. We cry and we laugh together. Right?
Strongly agree, Dr. P. Our brother Steve Leandro, he just wrote to resolve this crisis, the Cameroon need a radical change from the bottom to the top. And I strongly agree with him. What do you think? We need to change.
Yeah, I also think it is a top-bottom approach, not just a bottom-top approach.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yes, both ways.
Yeah,
both ways to work.
I think it's both ways.
Yes.
But I think I would strongly want it to be a top-bottom approach, because we look up to people. We don't look down on people for progress. We look up to people to lift us up, to teach us by examples, right?
Yes.
And so they condescend, what they do, we emulate. What they do, we emulate.
True. But, to a minimum, we need a radical change.
Of course. I've always said it. I said, let us all identify development and embrace a new group of leadership, dynamic, to build a free country that reflects our time, that reflects globalization, that reflects what we want to live in. We need a change, a big change. And that's why we are building our own country. That's why we are building our own country. And I told you the last time, I said, Nestor, I wish to be alive to see the country that Ambazonia will be, because it will be the true sense of democracy, of opportunity. Opportunity, opportunity, opportunity.
You are almost at the end, Dr. P.
I know, right?
We are almost at the end of our program.
That was good.
It was very good.
I know.
We really look.
We keep talking about it. We keep inspiring our dreamers. Our this generation, we have the younger ones coming, our dreamers. We are going to keep inspiring them, keep letting them know they have the right to speak out. It is their right, and to make a change. We are fighting for them. We are fighting for them. We want a better country for them. We want a better society for them, where they'll be having those opportunities like the children they see in the West. Because we have it all. It's just poor management. We have it all. Is it love? Who has compassion and empathy like an African man? Where I will see food, you have a problem, people cook, they bring food, they spend time with you, quality time. I mean, no, people don't even come and just leave. Sometimes they spend. I remember when somebody dies, if a family member should die, neighbors will sleep in our house for one week. 1 week. They did all the chores in the house, they cleaned, they helped in the house. They took, that is empathy, that is compassion. I think it's still somewhere in us. We are just losing ourselves because we are in so much distress.
I wish I could agree with you, but I will not, Dr. P. To be honest with you, with all the killings going on in our country, with all the killings, the army killing, civilian killing, and other Cameroonians not showing any compassion or empathy, I will have to really be very, very careful in thinking that we have it. We don't. And the good news is,
I think we have it. We are just losing ourselves because of of the society. We still have it. There's a lot of hopelessness. When people are hopeless, you know what it means to be hopeless? A lot of people are hopeless.
What are you earning? What is the gain when you cut somebody else's throat? When you cut somebody else's hand? When you burn a hospital? When you
Because
burn
that's the way to take out anger. That's the way some people turn out to take out anger. They take out anger the wrong way. They take out frustration the wrong way. People are frustrated. So they take it out the wrong way.
Dr. P, frustration will extract the humanism from human?
Now you are talking. The fun is, Nestor, the way you react in circumstances, that's not the way other people react. So you should know that no two people are the same. And people react the way they are able to handle it. Some people don't control themselves like you do. In little things, in very little things, and you'll be very surprised when they are hopeless, when they are frustrated.
I don't think I will be able to understand a person killing another one out of frustration. You might distance yourself. That's what the Almighty gave us feet. When we are frustrated, we can walk away. You can walk away. You don't have to stay there. You can change countries. We are not in Cameroon. We were frustrated in Cameroon.
We have taken jungle justice in our hands. When the system doesn't take care of those things, then people take it into their hands and they call it jungle justice, which means that if they catch anybody stealing, it's because they know the system of taking you to the court, and then you go and maybe something happens, and then in 2-3 months you are out because they say, oh, you had an uncle who was somewhere and they bribed the judge and they gave you just a very few sentence. People take into their hands to revenge, to express themselves.
They take it to their hands for revenge.
It's so bad. It's so
they
bad.
And they see animals in fellow humans. Is that what I understand, Dr. P?
I don't know. I would never kill anybody, regardless of what that person has done.
Exactly.
But I also would not speak for another person because I really don't know what the person is going through. But I know that there's a lot of frustration going on at home. A lot of people, a lot of hopelessness, young and old, very, very seriously. Very, very seriously. In a society like this, you should already know what's going on.
Too long.
Yeah, I know. It's too long for us to answer. But it was a good talk, and we will still going to inspire our dreamers.
Yes.
For people who, and I said, look, the first thing is, let us go back to our community services, community work. We are people that are built to live in communities. We function better when we are in communities and we work together. When you work together in a community, I should just call on leaders to bring back those institutions that have been taken away from us, so that we can go back to the way our parents grew up. When I was growing up as a child of a farmer, my father they used to call him chief farmer in Kumba. And I remember that they have the Kumba, they used to have Kafkup, which was Kumba, I think Kumba Area Council, Union. They have farmers unions. They have unions for different things of people who did things alike. They had their meetings and they shared love and they helped each other to grow. But we don't see that anymore today. That's where people build themselves and they encourage one another. So everybody is just standing. We are standing by ourselves, and this is what we have become. We are no more in touch.
Selfishness should not kill humanism. Dr. P, I would like you to conclude.
Yeah. Well, I would just conclude that please don't lose yourself because you've lost them. I know that a lot of people are going through a lot, especially with the crisis right now. But please let us keep our values. Hold yourself. Don't answer the name another person is going to call you. Think about the things, the values that you have. Think about what you want in your life and just do what you can to keep that love for humanity. First, before we finish, I want to
Yes.
say thanks to the leaders that have been working tirelessly for our freedom, our barefoot soldiers who are our brave soldiers who are fighting to protect our women, our mothers, our children, our fathers, and our sovereignty. It has taken so long. It will never come easy, but I know we are going to be free for sure. And that whatever thing anybody is doing today, you will be held accountable. And for those that are sellouts or infiltrators who have been betrayed, who have been bought over to betray the cause of 8 million people, the blood of the children, the blood of the mothers, those are in the bushes, the IDPs, they are yelling, they are crying, is on them, and they will be held accountable.
Thank you very much, Dr. P. Thank you very much, Dr. P. Thank you for
Thank you,
your time.
Nestor. And I want to say that we're gonna have another talk pretty soon.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
You'll be here once a week.
Thank you.
Let me tell these people, let me tell everyone watching us, as we are about to end this show, that it was a pleasure having you around, Dr. P. It was a pleasure having them here, looking at us, listening to us, and participating. I want you to know, as we are going to bed, that you do not have the right to take your life away. You do not have the right to take somebody else's life away. As Dr. P said, you will be accountable for your actions. Military, civilian, you will respond to your actions, to all your killings. You will pay for it. This is not negotiable.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how long. It doesn't matter how long. It doesn't matter how long.
Every person heard your mother at birth. Mm-hmm. Show some respect for life. You do not have the right to abuse anyone. You do not have the right to cut somebody away. You do not have that right. Not even to cut yourself away. Show some empathy for yourself. It is not negotiable. You don't need to take your life away. You don't need to kill anyone, because every human has an expiration date. We will die anyway. Why are you wasting your time? Stop the killing. Show some compassion. Dr. P, thank you for your time. We are not going to stop with this.
No, we are not going to.
People need to wake up and get the humanism in them, make it active. That's what they need to do. I will not justify killing. I will not just justify suicide. No. No one gave them the life. You don't take it away. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you.